This is the front wheel of a BabyJogger City Mini 4W or 4-wheel, and what we're going to talk about today is the swivel locking mechanism at the top. So you can see that when you turn the little lever here, that this little plastic knob pops up and that sets into a corresponding hole on the inside underneath of the front frame and locks it in place. And when you turn it the other way, it pulls that peg down. So if you're having trouble applying or releasing the swivel locking mechanism on this wheel, you should open it up and see which parts are worn down, or very often little rocks and so on can get stuck inside here and prevent the mechanism from working properly. In order to open up this mechanism, there are two screws here, and you're just going to want to unscrew them. It's just a regular small Phillips head screwdriver. And it is spring loaded, so be careful it doesn't just pop apart and you lose pieces. Okay, so this is the main part, the disc with all the tracks that everything runs in. And then you have the spring-loaded peg. One thing that can happen when this fails to lock is that because this peg is plastic, it will have worn down and will no longer sufficiently fill the hole. Another problem unrelated to this mechanism is that the hole where the axle goes into the front frame has widened up such that the wheels are very wobbly, and the sheer looseness causes the wheel to bend downwards, and thus the pin cannot fit in. That's another problem, and we have another video that deals with this. You can just look up front wheel issues with this model. But in any case, if you're having trouble with this mechanism, you can take it apart and then you can oil in here. Of course, have a look for any kind of rocks and so on. You might need to wash it out. I'm just using a WD-40 like generic spray oil, but because these parts are plastic, I would also recommend using a silicone spray. That would function very well in order to protect the plastic parts a bit. Once you've greased it up and assessed which parts need to be replaced, if any, or cleaned out any rocks, then you're just going to want to reassemble the mechanism. A lot of times just taking apart mechanisms and putting them back together the right way will fix issues. And this is because alignments can sometimes fall out of order. So you're just going to want to put that little spring-loaded peg back in, put this top plate back on, and then of course screw these screws back into place. As you're screwing them, you don't want to over screw it. You want it to be tight, but the screws are going to have a little bit of space. See, now I've screwed it a bit too tight, such that the top plate can slide along these two grooves here. It's still a little bit too tight. So, in any case, that's how you fix problems with the swivel locking mechanism on the front wheels of a BabyJogger City Mini 4-wheel. It's actually the same on other models from BabyJogger, most notably the City Select. Various versions of City Select have the same locking mechanism. We hope that this video has been helpful. If it has been, we ask you to subscribe, as it helps us continue making videos in the future. Thank you.